couple other pieces here. Trey Lance, he got traded because he got the axe in San Francisco. Sam Darnold is the backup, and they traded Lance for a 4th-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys, where I guess he is the backup, maybe the 3rd stringer. I'm confused by this deal, Ben. I don't know how you feel about it, but
I need to go back and look, but from what I heard, this was all Jerry Jones. This was not like Mike McCarthy and them making this move. This was Jerry Jones 100% who did this. So that concerns me a little bit with the coaching staff. If that report is true, that they didn't really have anything to do with it. I mean, obviously Dak is signed for the next couple years, I think, and they owe him a ton of money. So it's going to be a while before Lance even has a crack at the starting job. And Cooper Rush was 5-1 last year. Like
that's the thing, right?
The move doesn't make any sense to me. You have a good backup who knows the offense.
So Dak is signed through the 2024 season, so through next year, so 2 more years. Cooper Rush makes $5 million a year as his backup, or at least will make $5 million this year as his backup. Trey Lance, they still got to pay him, his 1st-round contract. He's got 3 years of team control right now. You've got 2 more seasons of the contract and a 5th-year option. So I guess it's basically just Dak insurance, I guess, is what they view Trey Lance as.
I know that people were high on Trey Lance, and the physical skill is there. But he just doesn't look like a good quarterback, man.
He has not shown it.
He can't understand Shanahan's offense, and maybe he'll be somewhere. He will somewhere else, but like he just, I don't know. He just can't seem to grasp it.
What's really crazy about it is, obviously, he's only had the 2 starts, right? Well, he had 2 starts his rookie year. He had 1 start and then like a drive last season before he broke his ankle and was done for the year. So he has shown us positively next to nothing in terms of how good is he on an NFL field against opposing NFL defenses. And that's not just preseason fluff stuff,
Yeah. And in college, he only played 17 college games at North Dakota State. So it's not like he played 17 games at Georgia or LSU. He played 17 games at a very, very small school. So, yeah, he looked good because he was the most athletic guy on the field. But I have nothing to say he can be a good NFL quarterback.
Absolutely. And, of course, Dallas being Dallas or Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones, they go and trade a 4th-round pick for him. A guy we have absolutely no idea how good he is, a guy who Sam Darnold apparently is currently a better quarterback than.
Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, who, I think Brock Purdy looks pretty good and could actually, he just fits Shanahan's system, so that's exactly what he wants. But the fact that, like, all of these guys are better than him, I don't know what 49ers were thinking trading up to get him.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? What if the 49ers, instead of trading up for Trey Lance, what if they stood pat where they were and just took Mac Jones? Like, how good would Mac Jones be in that offense today? I think that's what
Shanahan... I honestly think that's what Shanahan wanted. Obviously, don't know the details, but like before the draft, people were saying that it was Shanahan who didn't want Lance, and it was the higher-ups who wanted him. And Shanahan wanted somebody like a Mac Jones or something, which is exactly what Brock Purdy is. He's a Mac Jones clone. He's accurate. He can make the quick read, which Shanahan wants, and just get it to the playmaker. So,
yeah.
Look at
we would be talking about Mac
original
Jones.
Were picking from
12. They had the 12th pick.
They were picking. Imagine if. Oh gosh,
Justin Fields, I think, went in 11. Yeah. Yep.
Justin Fields is actually who I wanted Atlanta to take.
You want to know who went at 12 in the draft?
Yeah.
Micah Parsons.
Can you imagine Bosa on one side and Parsons on the other?
It's insanity. Absolutely insanity. Yeah. Mac Jones right now in the 49ers offense, we've seen Brock Purdy obviously take the job. Is Brock Purdy good? He's good enough, right? But
for Shanahan's system, he is.
Yeah, but I think Shanahan's system covers up so much of the deficiencies
Oh no,
of like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, that's kind of
of
what I'm
Brock
saying
Purdy.
is like that Shanahan doesn't want a playmaker at quarterback. That he doesn't. He wants somebody
Right.
who can understand his offense, and literally your job is to hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey, dump it off to Debo or Brandon Ayuk, or find George Kittle over the middle. Like I don't need a guy who can scramble, make something happen with his legs. I don't need a guy who's going to heave it 50 yards down the field. I just need a ball distributor. And that's all Shanahan wants.
What's crazy about it is the Dolphins are the team that ended up making the trade with the 49ers for that pick. And the Dolphins, along with some other stuff, turned that draft haul into Tyreek Hill,
God, they killed
Jalen
it.
Waddle, Bradley Chubb, and a corner that I can't remember his name. But if you just take those first three, it's home run for the Dolphins. They've created their core.
They've created
around
a
Tua
Super Bowl
Tagovailoa
contender
one
from
trade.
that one trade.
Exactly. Yes. Star pass rusher, stud wide receivers, and they are now. I mean, obviously the 49ers are still fine. Like they believe they have their franchise guy, but you just feel for Trey Lance that they did all this for him and then it didn't pan out, and you wonder like how much did Kyle Shanahan have to do with that behind the scenes?
And like I said, mine is all speculation. I really don't know if he didn't want Trey
Right.
Lance, but
Yeah. Anyway, sucks for Trey Lance. I guess until Dak is no longer a Cowboy, which I can't see happening at all, Trey Lance is now a backup for sure.
question
I mean,
about
we already knew he was a backup, but
just food for thought about, I guess, core question about the 49ers front office. If Brock Purdy doesn't work out and he kind of flames out this year, does either Shanahan or the GM for the 49ers get fired after that Trey Lance move?
no, not
Because
no.
you traded
'Cause they-
the team's future for a guy you ended up shipping off for a fourth.
Yes, but they have made 3 NFC Championship games in a row.
This is true. I don't think Shanahan will get fired, but I think
No,
I don't know, somebody be in trouble.
I can see there being like yes,
And
they
this
could
is
be in
assume
hot
this
water.
and this is like saying obviously the 49ers had to be bad this year and Brock Purdy flames out.
Yeah, but I can't really see a scenario where they're like that roster is way too good. Brock Purdy can be not great and that be a playoff team.
That's fair. I mean, I think they're the second best team in the NFC, so
Yeah.
it's not
Honestly,
saying much, but
if they have a healthy quarterback, would they have beaten the Eagles last year? I don't know if
they might have.
they might have. That's a very, very good team.